Hi, this is from Jacky Smacky video, and today
We're going to talk about the Titanic that was handmade.
Just like Jack, and just like me, and just like my uncle, and your great-great-uncle, we were all fascinated by the Titanic. And he was so fascinated, he bought all the books. He belonged to the Titanic Society that set out all information on the Titanic. And he decided he's going to build a model. He was a good model builder, and he was an artist. So he built this. It's all made out of balsa wood and all kinds of paper. These are paper lifeboats and strung with string to make all the masts for the antennas that they used. Some of them are missing. I got to put them back on again. But it shows all the lifeboats where they were, and they were not enough lifeboats were there. Nope. They should have had more lifeboats. In fact,
How old do you think your great uncle was when the Titanic sank? Do you think he was alive when the Titanic sank?
No, he was not even alive.
Wow.
No.
That's how long ago it was.
Yeah. It was like 1912, and he was born in 1930.
When
So-
did he make this?
Probably when he was about 30 years old.
Cool.
But he spent a long time, did a lot of detailing of all the little windows. And it's got the grate, whereas these are right here is where they have the grate staircase inside. You can even put the glass window on top. You can see the circular part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he really put a lot of detail into it. And these are all the upper class cabins on top, and the second, third class cabins were down below. And this is the side that hit the iceberg. The iceberg went probably from here to here and ripped open or broke all the panels in here. And when they broke, they let in water. Now the ship was called unsinkable because it had all these watertight cabins that they could close off. But they actually broke too many cabins, so that when all those were filled, the ship was doomed to sink, which it did. And about 1,300 people lost their lives because the captain, he wanted to go too fast. He was trying to break an Atlantic record to get across from England to the U.S. when he didn't have time to get away from the iceberg, which they saw it at night. And this is where the guy was sitting in the crow's nest up here, and he yelled back to the captain, who was down in here, "Iceberg ahead, iceberg ahead." But back then they didn't have controls in the front and the rear, so they couldn't get away from the iceberg. It's like trying to stop a freight train from going someplace. It just kept going straight. They could hardly get away from it.
That is very cool.
Very cool. I forget what scale this is, but it's a pretty big scale. So you can see a lot of details.
Mm-hmm. You did a great job.
Yeah.
And it's been preserved.
And these are all these things right here. Those are what they use to lift things from the shore onto the ship. So they could lift stuff up. And for these are bigger things here that they could lift up. All these little things are seats. Those are seats that people could sit on. And this is called the aft or the stern. And then the prow is up front.
the prow.
And there's a left side and a right side. But they don't call them left and right. They call them port. And I can't remember which side is which. But to make sure, you got to know which side is which. In fact, on airplanes they do the same thing, and they have a green and a red light on aircraft. So It's always red on one side and always green on the other. So you can, at night, you can tell which way the plane is coming. Is it coming at you or going away from you, depending on where the green or red lights are.
In a pan, butter.
Cool.
So that's all pretty interesting.
Starting to
All
brown.
right. And I guess we're done.
I guess we're done.
Bye.